Hello everyone, Angela here with Turo Family Chiropractic and your weekly PSA or piece of salutogenic advice. So this week we're continuing to talk about generational health, and so part of that when we think of things across the generations, so when people think about generational wealth, you think about wanting to be able to financially leave things to your family, whether it's money or assets. You hear people talk a lot about investing in things because they want to leave things to their children, and so they want to leave sort of that legacy behind once they're no longer here. And so if you think of it, generational health is also very similar in the fact that by building instead of building a financial portfolio, if you build a health portfolio, if you build up healthy practices, healthy habits, those can be passed on to your family for future generations in the same way that, accumulating wealth can be. So you really want to think about, of course, things are going to change across the generations. We actually have a podcast that will be coming out soon where we talk a little bit more about, generational health and how kind of things do change and how we have to learn to adapt through the generations. But there are certain things that we know are going to continue to be good for us, which is, overall healthy eating patterns, making sure that we're moving, making sure that we're spending time together as a family, being present. So there's simple practices that you can really adapt if you're not already doing. Adapt and then become those habitual things that become things that your kids don't have to think about for future generations. It's just those healthy practices. So finding active things you can do together as a family, whether it's going to take a walk. If you have a family dog, that's a great, that's something that I used to go and, walk the dog with my dad. And so there's, things like that where you can go out and set that up as a routine if that's something that you do before or after dinner every day. Going to the park if you have a park nearby, or just going out in your yard and playing something where you can, have some kind of activity. If you're not in an area where you have the ability to easily get outside, or if it's not a safe area to get outside, finding something active that you can do in the house together as a family. So, there's different games that get you up and moving, and, finding things that are going to add that little bit of activity into your day, break up some of the sedentary time that's just become more normal for our society. Same thing with healthy eating practices. So, we talk a lot about how certain conditions, quote unquote, run in the family, but really habits, behaviors run in families as well. And those are the things that can be contributing to where we see, this generation after generation having the same issues. So, again, teaching your kids from a young age to drink water, to make, to the point that they're asking for water as opposed to the sugary juices and sodas and sports drinks and things like that. Make them understand that water is a healthy choice and should be the majority of what they're drinking, and the other stuff is, a special treat and not an every time thing. So, little basic things like that, enjoying fruits and vegetables and asking for those things for snacks as opposed to going right to the sweets and the treats and all of the sugary, salty, crunchy stuff. So just kind of those simple practices. Find what you guys like as a family, find what fruits and vegetables your kids enjoy, and make sure that you're keeping those stocked in the house. And again, making sure when it comes down to, when we're talking about building those habits as a family, the biggest thing that you can do is making sure that you're leading by example. So, I know we just talked last week about you're not going to be 100% perfect all the time. Of course not. But doing what you can, especially when your children are around, understanding that they are always watching. They are going to mimic your behavior. It's how they learn. They're trying to process. They're trying to figure out, what's right, what's wrong, what's healthy, what's not healthy. And the biggest thing that they're going to do is if it's something that they see the adults in their life doing, that to them is going to register as this is what I should do. So, if you want your kids to be drinking water, you drinking water would be a great way to promote that. If you want them to be snacking on fruits and vegetables, you snacking on that stuff is a great way to promote that. So again, it's just to say that you can never have the sweets and treats and things like that as well. I mean, of course, you're an adult, you can make those decisions, but really trying to make sure that you're setting those healthy examples for your children, because with anything, leading by example is always going to get the best results. Plus, if you're leading by example, you will become healthier, your family will become healthier, and overall that's just going to benefit everyone in the whole. Right now, it's going to benefit your children in future years. It's a lot easier to raise healthy children than to try to take care of unhealthy adults or change the patterns of unhealthy adults as people age. So, really take a look at your family, see what areas you might be doing really well in, what areas maybe you could use a little bit of a tune-up, and really just try to find those couple healthy practices, things that you guys enjoy as a family, things that you can do together, especially if your kids are at the age that you are completely in control of their decisions. You really want to make sure you're taking advantage of that time to instill those habits in them young, so that as they get older, they will just want to drink water, they will want to eat the healthy things, they will want to get outside and get moving and be active, because that's just how they grew up, that's what they enjoy, that's what they see as the norm, and they will be healthy and understand that those are the type of things that are going to continue to help them feel their best and do their best in life. So that is your weekly PSA. Find those things that work for your family. Little changes go a long way. So don't feel like you have to change everything at once. Find something that you can, maybe an area that, you really as a whole, as a family, need to improve, and maybe start there, and then kind of just work your way and continue to add in those healthy habits. And as always, any questions or comments, feel free to reach out. If you are a patient and you want to make an appointment to talk a little bit more about your specific family situation and what might work for you guys, please mention to myself or whoever's at the front desk, and we can certainly get you on my schedule. All right, thank you guys so much. I will see you the same time next week. Have a wonderful day.